We got a quest that the burgomaster's head was fucked up from Unwin, the Were-Raven crew, and it was the All Will Be Well festival. There was some guy, he had his head stuck in something, and I like made him say all will be well and saved him, and then they like tied some other guy to a wagon and drug him to death. And we didn't stop it. We followed him to his house, and then we what was it? Somebody made a letter from Strahd saying to stop all this foolishness or something.
Brian's character made a forged letter, that he crafted with some tools and gave it to him, and then we tried to convince him to stop all this bullshit. And then we found out that he doesn't work with Strahd.
He's not intimidated by Strahd.
Yeah, so in 2 days there's another celebration in honor of us, and he wants us to tell everyone all will be well. And yeah, I don't know. He's clearly like deranged, and we haven't really decided what we're gonna do. And I think we were like in his guest room or something.
Yeah, you're in his den. He is clearly not well, but you have, for the time being, it sounds like you've agreed to the celebration in a couple of days to adhere to his request. Or at least to defuse the situation. So
the game is called Curse of Thumbs.
Yes. So that leaves us with the question of what's next. Things have cooled considerably in the room since the Baron has calmed down. And he gives you this long stare. Having gone quiet for a period of time, he sort of leans back in his chair and sighs and says, "You must forgive my temper. In addition to unrest in the town, there is unrest in my home. Something you could perhaps assist me with. For payment, of course."
I guess that's really just going to depend on what you've got going on.
Someone, or something, is conspiring against me. There are rumblings of dissent among the servants. But more troubling still, 2 of them have disappeared without a trace. Left their things, left their belongings in their rooms, and in so doing have cast a specter of doubt over the well-being of the town, the well-being of my mind. The assumption is, of course, that I've done something awful to them. These people can't see that everything I do for the betterment of this city. This bastion against the dark. Of course they can't. They don't like it, they say. Well, they don't have to like it, they just have to do it. Still, I can't have people believing that I have done something horrible to my own servants. I'd ask you to investigate. Speak with my servants. They won't speak to me. They've clammed up. They're convinced that I'll do whatever it is they think I've done to the first servants to them. But if you speak to the servants or investigate the surrounding areas, find what happened to my employees. Let me prove I did nothing to them. And there's 200 gold apiece in it for you.
A fair way to kill the time. Maybe we should start in their rooms. Point away, please.
Of course. Izik, if you would. Sure. And giving Oggy a broad grin, Izik, the bald man with sort of a sharply edged goatee and the fiendish-looking left arm, steps forward, exits the room, and says, "This way, gentlemen."
Out of character. Can I kill these motherfuckers? Fucking hate both of them.
Listen, you can do whatever you want.
Fucking hate both of them. One dude just shoves fucking religion down everybody's throat, says all will be well, and the other one's just a fucking dickhead.
Ah, man. That sounds eerily familiar. Who would run around forcing religion down each other's throat while somebody else steals everybody's money?
Listen here. I am not stealing money, and I'm giving them the choice to follow Bahamut. This guy is going out and killing people because they don't say all will be well. I'm not killing people that are fucking not following Bahamut.
I mean, we've done some shady stuff.
I think the idea was brought up at one point.
I'm not killing people not following Bahamut. Anyways, just start the story. I'm sorry. Fucking hate these two, though.
Listen, you are entitled to attack at any point.
Yeah, no.
Get him,
we will go with what you do. So Izik begins leading the party. Not that way. Yes, that way. Hang on. Sorry, just a sec. I'm getting my. Yep, this way. He leads you down the hallway and to this door, which he sort of kicks open. With some measure of glee, it must be noted. The door slams open and he steps through into the servants' quarters. Before even looking inside, he's like, ha-ha, checking on you. Better not be doing anything. Oh, there's no one in here. Blast, I'd hope to catch someone at something.
Right, mate. So, 2 servants missing, right?
Right.
All right, point to the beds, please.
That one in the northwest corner. That one in the southeast corner.
All right. And what time of day is it? Was it a little after? Probably.
It's about 2. Well, no, we'll say 1.
So at this point in time, where might we most likely find your remaining servants?
The ones who live on the property are the maid and the cook. Cook will be in the kitchen, of course. Not sure where the maid went. Saucy little trollop. She could be anywhere.
We might have to find her first, then. But what have you two done to further this investigation so far?
Well, we've spoken to the servants. They don't want to talk to us, obviously. Spoken to surrounding villages. They haven't seen anything, of course. And for the most part, made ourselves sort of a nuisance to people to see if anything turns up.
And how is that any different from any other day, it sounds like?
It's not.
Right. Have you tossed their belongings?
We have. Feel free to do so yourself if you think you'll find something else.
Have you searched the surrounding area?
As far as I care to take men after common blood, yes. which is not very far, I'll admit.
Fuck, if only we had a ranger.
Rip Bendak. I'll just leave it at that.
There you go, Rip Bendak. Thank you. All right.
It's not my fault. I'm sorry.
I was debating if I wanted to go on a rant there, but nah, I'll leave it.
You already call the one hit. You already call one hit killing people Ches mode. Stop it.
Yeah. Ches, did you kill another character?
I didn't kill anything. The Spectre did.
I think
monster frisbee.
I think Bendag died before R2's did.
Yeah, Bendak died before that happened. Bendak got crit by a Spectre at level 1.
You monster frisbee.
There's a pun there, and I'm missing it.
No, it's not a pun. It's a reference.
Well, I'm not getting it, I'm afraid.
It's from that Dragon Ball P. You monster frisbee.
Oh.
It's true, he is a super sad lesbian. That entire thing is ridiculous.
Izik, was it?
Izik, yes.
Izik. What's the name of the two that we're looking for?
Luna is the lady in waiting. And Reginald is the butler.
Oh, what's this guy's role? I thought he was the butler.
Hey, mate. I'm the guard captain, mate.
Ah.
He pats the bearded axe at his side. I keep the peace.
Oh, okay, so he doesn't like work here. He just knows the mayor guy.
I mean, by extension, I work for the mayor, so to speak.
He's the fathead muscle.
Do you say that out loud?
Yep.
Are you in the room or are you out in the hallway?
Out in the hallway.
Does he hear you? Hang on.
Does he hear me?
Does he hear you? Is the question I am asking. I am once again asking if he hears you. I am once again asking for your perception support. Oh, he hears the fuck out of you. Fathead, was it?
Yeah.
He has his hand on... Oh, cool. He has his hand on the head of this bearded axe, and he says, "We're going to have a problem, aren't we, priest?"
I don't know, are we? We're back to the same fucking conversation again?
I just assumed you would have wisened up by now. You
I
want to
thought
take
you
me?
would too.
You want to take me on?
Can I quietly try and square up behind him? He's starting to threaten Oggy.
Hey, man, for this dude, like stuff I'm in a refrigerator.
This is supposed to be a good party.
I'm supposed to be a cleric.
But you don't take no shit.
Barovia, you know.
Yeah, not supposed to be a cleric too.
Lines are fuzzier in Barovia.
Not is
Battle cleric, that's a thief.
Not is Apotham's best attempt at not playing a rogue, and it is not going super well for him. I love him. Okay. So Izik sees that Burndon is kind of settling in behind him and seems to be weighing his options. Oh, I see. Got your friends on your side. Me with none of my guards here. It's fine. Right. Well, I've showed you where you'll find the thing, where you can start your investigation. It's all the same to you. I'll be off. since we're picking fights that are uneven. Yeah.
Oh, what a fad.
Well, all will be well then, Izik.
All will be well, Cask. And he strides off down the hallway.
I would like to ruffle through these belongings.
And eventually disappears around the corner. Which belongings are you referring to? The northwest
northwestern
bed
most
is
belongs.
the northwestern bed is Luna's. The south eastern bed is Reginald's.
Did you change the lore in the story? Because it was two maids.
No.
No,
Okay.
If that
The
was the
maid
case,
chef.
I misspoke. Going off of what
It's fine.
Going off of what is in the book, it is a lady in waiting and a butler that have gone missing.
Okay.
So,
Grog would like to investigate, please.
please roll me an investigation check, Grog.
Yes.
On a 15, you sort of tug open the already unlocked footlocker, and you sort of toss the uniform and set of street clothes that have been tucked away in this trunk. There's not much here at first glance. You're investigating Reginald's belongings. It's not until you're about to pull away entirely that, having dislodged the clothing from the bottom of the trunk, you spot a small edge, as though there were a door or compartment hidden in the bottom of the trunk. Prying that open, you discover a small book nestled in the bottom and in this hidden compartment in the bottom of the trunk.
Ooh, book. Grog's smart. Grog's gonna just instinctively start reading out loud from the book.
Okay. You need to roll me an intelligence saving throw.
This is very on brand.
That's not going to do it. Now I need a dexterity saving throw from Grog, from everybody.
Fuck.
Yo, I'm across the room. I'm looking at this other bed.
I know, you're within 20 feet. Ku and Oggy, you take half damage. Burnden and Grog, you take 11 force damage.
What happens though?
So, you have so Grog, what you discover is that you start reading out loud the syllables of the spell. You don't realize in time that it's a spell, and you don't realize what it's done. But you cast a modified version of Thunderwave on accident, reading from the book, which has apparently some kind of magical property. And so reciting the syllables, you cast this modified Thunderwave and managed to cause the entire room to rumble with the force of this magical spell.
Off screen, there is a single electrical guitar chord that just rings out. Send away!
Izik rushes back down the hall, and you can see that the Baron has appeared behind him and says, "What the hell was that?" Papers are scattered everywhere from other trunks. There's bits of feather from blown up pillows floating in the air. The room is a scene of chaos.
Grog no read. Grog try read. Grog no want read again. And he's gonna throw the book at Izik.
Izik, it hits Izik in the forehead. And the startled guard captain catches it in his fiendish hand clumsily after being whacked in the forehead with it. He takes a look through it and says, "This is a spell book. Where'd you find this?"
Grog find it under the bed.
Under the bed?
Yeah.
You mean in the footlocker?
Yeah, that too.
So it was in the footlocker. He found it and he started reading it, and it so happens to actually be a spell book.
Reginald's footlocker.
Yeah. So your butler friend is a little crafty.
Hang on. You found a spell book in Reginald's footlocker. I searched that locker. Where are the clothes?
Underneath the clothes, there's a small little thing, like a little compartment that we found. Grog started reading it, and this is where you're at now.
Huh. Well done. Good find. Now what does it mean? Reginald was sneaking around being a wizard.
It doesn't mean anything yet.
Oh.
Just make the bad noises stop. Grog like sticks a finger in each ear.
We will have that book back, though, please. Any other information? All we got so far was one mumbled, fumbled incantation from our friend. We haven't had time to thoroughly to look at anything else. Maybe there's a message. Maybe there's a hidden letter somewhere in some pages.
Maybe we just don't read it out loud.
Grog didn't hear that because his ears are still plugged.
Izik gives the book, which is relatively small, about the size of like a journal, like one of those journal notebooks. He sort of flips through it for a few quick pages and says, "Yeah, fine." Hands it to Burndon. "You're on the case anyway, not me. If it were up to me, I'd just let them disappear. It's servants. What are they worth?"
Are you the ones that hid the bodies?
Izik slowly turns his head to face you. "Are you accusing me of murder?"
I mean, you seem like they're nothing to you. They're just workers.
They are nothing to me. They could be replaced in a moment. The only reason anyone's looking for them is to make sure we don't have an uprising. I'd have them replaced in a day. Dime a dozen, servants. As a matter of fact, if it's all the same to you, I'll keep my bloody dime.
Oggy's just gonna look around the room.
You're wonderful, that burgomaster. You're so worried about your reputation, and your guard captain doesn't seem to be quite as interested in keeping it.
The burgomaster says, Izik, we need to... they've got this. Let's... Please don't destroy the house. Come on. And he and Izik leave the doorway.
Peek around the door. All will be well.
All will be well. The reply is harried and into, as though the Baron had his the burgomaster had his mind on other things.
What a couple of fucking cunts. Right. Good job, Grog. It's a good find, certainly. Koo, you got anything up there?
Yeah, I'd like to shuffle through this one.
All right. Roll me an investigation check, please, sir.
Oh.
You toss and tumble the street clothes and lady-in-waiting uniform, which is sort of a fancy blouse and waistcoat, and find nothing of import otherwise.
There's nothing over here. Let me take a look at that book.
I hand the book over to Koo, but I would like to try and toss the other two servants' belongings to see if there's any mention, correspondence between them and Luna or Reginald, or mention of where they may have gone.
Listen, Grog, you can't be making that joke. So say again, Brendan. I was distracted by Grog being too smart for his own good.
I'm going to hand the book over to Koo, but I would like to toss the belongings of the other servants to see if there's any correspondence between them and Reginald or Luna, or any indication of where they may have went. Maybe there's a journal that one of them has that might detail some strange behavior.
Sure. Which one are you tossing first?
This one's salad.
All right. Totally unnecessarily sexual reference about going through some belongings. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. On a 24, you are thoroughly you thoroughly search the chest. You find again a set of uniformed clothes. This time it seems to be a spare uniform and some clothes for the cook. They are a man's clothes in this instance, definitely leaning toward the more masculine affinity. And the uniform, which is comprised of a hat and white apron, is stained with what appears to be sauce or gravy or something.
Red sauce?
Yes.
Like almost like blood?
I mean, it could be.
Grog, taste this.
Could be.
Grog, give this a lick.
Grog looks at you confused as his fingers are still in his ears and has no comprehensive of what you're saying.
I'm going to do that stupid American thing. When you're talking to foreigners and they don't understand, I'm just going to get really loud. Grog, give this a lick.
I'm still confused because big Goliath fingers are clogging my ears.
I'm gonna lightly bonk fucking Grog on the head. Get bonked.
What are you bonking Grog on the head with?
Hand.
How
does Grog react?
I was thinking about headbutt, but I think that's too extreme. Grog just turns and looks at you and shrugs his shoulders.
The fuck?
Can I rifle? I'm going to rifle through the pockets of the apron before I hand it over to Grog and try to forcefully pull one of the fingers out of his ears. Pockets first.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
I'd like to rifle through the pockets of the apron.
You find nothing.
And I'm going to try and forcefully remove one of Grog's fingers out of his ears.
Roll me opposed strength checks.
Oh, yay. Well, that was a save, but I have no bonuses, so.
Grog, you find one arm against all reason, pulled very slowly down away from your ear, or by this scrawny rat of a man. Love you, Brendan. Love you, Brendan. Who then proceeds to accost you to lick an apron.
Now, lick the stain, Grog.
Okay. Grog
All right,
takes
Grog,
a big lick.
Roll me a medicine check with advantage. This is a dice rolling session.
Where Grog incoming?
Oh, God.
Don't give me ideas, Bear. On a 16, you can tell that this is not blood. This is probably marinara or some kind of tomato-based sauce.
Marinara. Where are the mozzarella sticks?
Italian immigrants have made it all the way to Barovia, too.
Yes. Business opportunity.
We're gonna jaw that shit. Yeah. Right. Nothing bad. I tossed the locker. Did I also toss the bed, the table, everything else while I was over there? Under the mattress.
On a 24, yeah, you would have kind of done the standard search for somebody in your profession. You know to where people might hide things, and you give the place the best once over you can manage in a short period of time. Under the pillow, under the mattress, under the sheets, under the bed, between the bed and the wall, under the table, all this exhaustive search for compartments or hidden objects. You find nothing. Whatever's going on here, the cook is either very good at hiding it, he's not involved.
So before I search this other one, is there anything Koo may have gleaned from the book, or what are you doing with the book, sir?
Yeah, I want to check out the book. I am particularly impressed by, I'm not a wizard. It's not how I like study books or whatever. But I know that generally a ill-educated man reading from a book doesn't generally conjure spells. So I'm pretty interested in this book.
So roll me an Arcana check. Something is up with this book. You can feel it when you hold it. There's two things you notice about the book immediately that Grog may not have noticed, because Grog was immediately opened and just started reading from whatever page he landed on out loud. You notice that the book sort of tingles in your hands. The air around the book is kind of weirdly warm. Like it feels as though you're just on the edge of book, but it never quite reaches that point where it's painful. The other thing that happens, or that you notice, is that when you look at the text on the page, the words appear to be quivering very slightly. Like the ink appears to be just very, very slightly moving.
Yeah, this is a really weird book. Some kind of... Oggy, maybe there's some kind of evil in here? I don't know. Can you tell that?
No.
Is Bahamut any good at that?
I mean, I've read a few books about Bahamut. I don't see how this could hurt. What do you want me to roll, Chuz?
I'll give Oggy the book.
Roll me another Arcana check.
We know something's up.
On a 21, you get the idea that someone has enchanted this book to allow anybody to cast a spell from it. Someone has created this tool that would allow laymen to cast, admittedly simple, but otherwise functional spells from without having to rely on an inherent magical talent or exhaustive study. That being said, you find the page that Grog read from, where the syllables that created the beginnings of that Thunderwave spell were located, and you notice that 2 parts of the first word are missing, as though they'd been erased from the page. The 2 sounds that Grog made are nowhere to be found on this page.
Was my character smart enough to know that? I think that my character would be smart enough to know that.
I mean, even if your character doesn't have an high intelligence, you are a spellcaster, and you're somebody who would read text.
True.
I don't think it's a stretch to assume that you know a little bit about wizardry enough to know that that's not supposed to necessarily happen.
So maybe this guy went invisible, or maybe this got him into some kind of bigger trouble.
I don't know. The bigger issue that I'm trying to complete here is that he's nowhere to be found, right? And this book was in that footlocker where it was hidden, where he is not.
Oh, yeah, that's a
So
good
why
point.
did he leave this? What happened? That that's a good idea. That where these 2 things are in 2 different places, right? Because if it was me, and I'm I'm a simple man that has no personal magic, but this device that is in my hand, if it was on my person, makes me a spellcaster. Why are we separate? Obviously something happened, because there's no way that this would be hidden and just be left when you were gone, like you vanished.
Yeah, it makes sense. So maybe the book isn't related to his disappearance so much.
I don't think it's related to his disappearance. Yeah. I don't think it's the core of it. I think something's after him or something like that.
Yeah, maybe somebody killed him looking for this book. I mean,
Maybe.
really, it's a pretty powerful magical thing, right?
Is there any other spells that I may recognize from this book?
Roll me an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Yeah, maybe we could teach Grog something useful.
Oof.
Go ahead and roll again and see if you roll lower. Okay.
Oof.
On a 9, as learned as you are about magic, you are not a wizard, and this is not the way you typically learn spells. This is you pray, and the words and the ceremonies come to you. They are bequeathed to you.
They're from Bahamut.
Study of the arcane is not your forte, and trying to piece together spells from a language you don't quite understand is not easy, and you fail to recognize any of the other spells in the book.
Yeah, it's a good point. I just knows my spells. There's no books involved.
Well, I'm gonna hand you back this book, Q. You can add that.
I don't quite know if I want this book, but I'll take it for now.
I have no use for it. I guess. Have we looked here?
Yeah.
Did we find anything?
Yeah, that was the lady in waiting.
Marinara bed.
This was Marinara bed.
Yeah, I thought that was Marinara bed.
I didn't find anything.
Gonna change my Steam name to Marinara.
I guess the only thing left is to look here.
I don't know if I want to give up Godspeed Captain Pants though.
That's a weird name.
It's all about it's about the Templar. So the last one remaining is another one of servants' beds. Another one of the maids' beds. And are you going to investigate that area?
Yes, please.
All right. Roll me an investigation check, whoever's doing it. If someone wants to help that at advantage.
Grog will help.
So For at least
What's
for me. Is he cutting out so bad for anybody else?
I'm too far from my microphone. Is this better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I want one person to roll an investigation check, if someone would like to help them, you can roll that investigation check at advantage.
Just gonna say this is kind of my thing.
I'm gonna back the fuck out of the room.
Grog will help. Grog here.
Okay.
Well, fuck.
On a 13, you find a few things in the maid's belongings. Staff clothing, street clothing, of course, and a letter. The letter is from someone calling themselves the abbot. And it is inquiring about a dress. This abbot seems to have a lady servant of some kind that he is requesting that someone in Vallaki bring him a uniform for this person, as he cannot seem to acquire one himself. The maid, why she might have had this letter, why she kept it, is entirely up in the air. But that is what you find among her belongings. Am I still cutting out for you, Brian?
Yeah, so nobody else got any cutout at all to that entire thing?
No,
seemed
it was perfect for me.
Well,
After-
hold on 1 second, boys.
After he adjusted, he was fine.
I got a new microphone and I'm trying to learn how to use it.
You almost went a little ASMR there when you're like, is that better?
Is that better?
Chaz, I'm gonna have to ask you to back away from the microphone before I kill you.
Hi, my name is Dash.
A little less sensual, please.
Oh my god.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. All right.
Okay, we'll try it. Yep. All right. So I found a letter about a dress that she was trying to get from the abbot. Is that what you said?
Yes.
The abbot was trying to obtain a dress from her, or from the burgomaster, somebody in the house.
Like, did it sound like he was trying to obtain a dress from the burgomaster without the burgomaster's knowledge through her?
No, that is not the tone that the letter gives.
Okay.
So this bitch ain't trying to steal no dress. She's just trying to get it to the abbot.
Yeah, sounds like she's been either her or maybe she received the letter and just hasn't given it to the Baron yet.
Mm-hmm.
It is entirely up in the air exactly what the circumstances are, but somebody named the abbot, who identifies himself as residing in a town called Krezik, wants a dress for a servant of his, that he is having a hard time finding a uniform or clothing for.
Wait, let me get this straight. One of the servants got a letter about a dress. His name is Abbott, and he's in another fucking town.
Yes.
Yeah,
Vallaki is the biggest city in Barovia.
Okay.
If there's something you can't find in one of the villages, unless you're the abbot, in which case you send a letter.
Why would the abbot send a letter to a servant?
It's more likely Baron, the servant, ended up with it somehow.
God damn it! Once again, I have to ask: did he not cut out at all a single time for anybody else that right there?
Did a couple times. Just real
So
quick,
it is.
though.
It's not just me then.
We're
We're good. We'll make it through. Yeah.
We should go look for the cook. Cook has
Yeah, I was about to open up this here door and see what was behind that.
knock knock.
Marinara this way.
Yeah, can I smell any marinara?
You can smell food being cooked from beyond the doorway, and when opening the door, you find yourself peering into the kitchen. A cook wearing a white apron over a black smock busies himself in this warm, well-appointed kitchen. A staircase in one corner climbs to the upper floor. Hang on. Why did that not reveal?
Mm-hmm.
Reveal!
Oh,
That's the male cook right there?
Yes, they use the commoner icon
yeah.
for anybody who's a commoner. I'm sorry, I'm not getting a bunch of common or a bunch of custom tokens for every Tom, Dick, and Harry in this game.
Immersion.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's fine.
What's she cooking?
Um,
I'm zooming in. I'm looking at the table.
this afternoon's fare seems to be. Hang on.
Come on, food descriptors.
This afternoon, the cook is sort of whittling down a massive brisket, just a hunk of beef, into more cookable, palatable portions. The massive hunk of beast is sort of splayed across the table as the cook wears and whittles at it with a knife and fork. Just sort of portioning it out, cutting around bone when he has to.
I want to walk up to the chef and I say, "Have you used that on a human before?"
What?
Oh, okay, maybe not.
Sorry, who are you and what are you doing in my kitchen?
I'm Oggy, and I'm on an investigation.
What?
Who are you?
Investigating what? Investigating what? You have to drag your dirty clothes into my kitchen.
Excuse you, these are clean.
Did you come from outside?
No, of course not.
Then where did you come from?
From your kitchen.
What?
I think she did it. He did it.
Whatever
I'd
it is
know
you're
that.
investigating, you can do it elsewhere. Get out of my kitchen.
I'm not getting out of your kitchen. We've got a question.
What questions?
Where do you think the mage might be? Hmm?
Mage? What mage?
Oggy, we're looking for a butler and a lady in waiting.
Yeah, I know. But if she knew, or he knew, this transgender knew about this mage. Because he had the book.
I don't know what you're talking about. There are no mages on staff here. You mentioned Reginald. You're looking for Reginald? Reginald, the missing one?
Maybe I am.
He's not in the kitchen.
Well,
I don't know where he is. So get out of here and stop bothering me. I have like 20 pounds of beef I have to cook by the end of the night.
Is any of this beef human?
Is that man?
If it was human, it wouldn't be beef. It would just be human.
We mixed in human and beef?
Man, the tenderest of all brisket.
Mm-hmm.
I think Koo would just like wholeheartedly agree to that.
What
Like
the
not
fuck
realizing
is
that
this?
that's a funky thing.
What the fuck is this party? What the
Yes, of
shit?
course.
Look, I apologize for my friend here, but we are out here to investigate the disappearance of your two compatriots, Luna and Reginald. And what is your name?
What is his name?
I got the note somewhere.
It's
No,
just
no,
Cook.
you don't, because he doesn't have a name.
It's just Cook. It's Cookie.
Balsar. Balsar, that's his name.
Ballsack?
Oh,
I know you're going to say Ballsack, but it's Balsar.
Balzar. Balzar.
Please don't call me Ballsack.
Bullseye?
You are dragging up years of childhood trauma, and I am not here for it. What the fuck do you want?
Look, mate, it's not my fault your mother dressed you in red lipstick. Did your hair up super pretty and eyeliner.
Listen. I want you to tell me what you want and then get the fuck out of my kitchen.
Yes, I apologize. Yes. Oh, sincerest apologies, due. Respect. It looks like a beautiful cut of meat you've got right there. The smells coming out of this thing are just fantastic. But we're investigating the disappearance of your peers. I'd have to imagine, did you care at all for your peers? Do you give a shit about where they may be at this time?
Well, we know what happened to them, don't we? The Baron got them. They both refused to say all will be well. They both repeatedly challenged him on everything he wanted to do. They held in his worst impulses. He got rid of them so he could do what he wanted without anybody telling him otherwise.
Oh, really? That's a detail that the Baron the Burgermeister just happened to keep from us. I apologize. All right, so fine. If that's your operating theory right there, fair enough. We'll take it into consideration, but we have to examine every possibility. Now, how long has it been since Luna and Reginald have been gone?
Week and a half.
Holy fuck, that's a long time.
You're telling me? I'm wondering which one of us he's going to get next.
Well,
might be me if you don't let me finish my fucking cooking.
Just a moment of your time, please.
I want to salt the meat.
Are you going to try to salt the meat?
Give me a salt roll.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Where is that? On my sheet.
Oh yeah, you got any special salt?
Fuck.
The cook, Balsar, whirls on one heel. This is a portly gentleman. Icon doesn't apply here. This is a portly gentleman with like broad shoulders and kind of a sallow complexion. But he whirls like a practiced fighter and is about to, like, he has a cleaver raised that he has snatched up off the table. And he says, "I will gut you like a fish. Do not touch my meat."
Yeah, you sound like a suspect. See? You tried to kill me. Maybe you killed them.
I didn't kill anyone.
You almost killed me for salting this meat. I bet you'd kill for less.
He pinches the bridge of his nose with his free hand and says, "Look, I didn't do it. They've been gone for a week and a half. I guarantee I would bet money that I barely have, that the Baron did it. I am just here to get through the day. Okay? This is the best job I could find in town. I'm good with food. I know what I'm doing. I don't want to lose this job. And the longer you stay in my kitchen, the more likely that it is to happen. And given what the Baron has already done, I might not just lose the job, I might lose my life. So if there's anything else I can help you with, please let me know so I can get you the fuck out of here."
Balzac, just relax. So, say the Baron were to kill his servant.
Who we lose?
Where would that happen? You know, where could we investigate that lead further, right? Because the Baron just hired us, and he's certainly not wanting us to investigate that kind of thing. But honestly, we don't like the guy that much either.
Repeat the question. I'm sorry.
So I was asking her, you know, if she does think that the Baron did it, where could we investigate further?
I mean, I would talk to his family members. They're not as crazy as he is, and one of them might be willing to spill something. Or you could talk to Lady Voctor. If anybody's got dirt on the Baron, it'd be her.
The Baron's wife?
No, Lady Voctor is sort of a rival noble.
Did Reginald have any family in town?
Reginald lived by himself. Luna had a mother. Lived over on next to the inn.
Okay, well, thank you. You've been somewhat helpful, I imagine. Though it seems we've been more of a nuisance than anything else.
You couldn't possibly imagine. If you would please vacate my kitchen promptly.
And where might we find the maid at this point in time?
I checked the second floor. If you can't find her on the first floor, check the second floor.
I'd like to mutter under my breath, well, we haven't checked the whole goddamn first floor. But yes, the second floor. Thank you.
Grog, you want to read the book?
Ooh, yeah, Grog, read book. Right in the middle of the kitchen.
No, we gotta...
Aww.
Do you want me to have to act out an aneurysm? I don't...
I don't know.
I think I've already chased Phantom off.
I'm trying to imagine like how to, you know, like to flip to look at what page to flip it open to before I pass it to him. That's a good one.
If we lost Phantom, can we have dynamic lighting, please?
It's not Phantom that's the problem. It's trying to make sure it works for everybody and whatnot.
A pun.
Yeah, it was literally Phantom that was the problem. The whole reason you turned it off was because Phantom had no vision, because he had no token.
Oh, well, give me a moment, actually. Let's take a quick break as you guys move out of the kitchen. Y'all got to head upstairs, you said?
Are we? I'm investigating this fucking kitchen for poison.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion going on.
Yeah, we
when were
discussed
gone.
a lot, yeah.
Okay, so investigating the kitchen for poison.
Yeah, it's poison specifically.
Roll me an investigation check at disadvantage because the cook, Balsar, is hounding you the entire time.
While he's hounding him, would it be possible for me to try and pick his pockets to find a vial of poison?
Roll me a sleight of hand check at advantage since Balsar is otherwise distracted. It's Balsar. Balsar.
Hey, I'm taking the notes.
Balsac?
For fuck's sake.
History's written by the note takers.
Herndon, you were lucky. No, that would have been disadvantage anyway. Never mind, you're fine. So, Oggy, I need you to roll investigation one more time because you're advantage.
The 22 is pretty good. Where the fuck is investigation again?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Get fucked.
You you prove conclusively that there is no poison in the kitchen. You search up, down, left, and right. There's no place to stash it where it wouldn't infect the rest of the food. or damage the rest of the food. There's no place where you spot like a green vial or strange powder. Everything that you find is both normal to find in the kitchen and can be accounted for its purpose. There is no poison in here. Burnden, you managed to slip a small pouch out of the cook's pocket, which you can't tell what it contains yet, but it seems to jingle.
Wonderful.
And at that point, outside is a commotion that you can hear all the way here in the kitchen.
This is out front.
It is out front of the mansion in the street, which there seems to be. You hear a few things in succession. You hear a bunch of guards yelling. One man kind of roaring or yelling himself, and then the loud guttural roar of a saber-toothed tiger.
The fuck?
The fuck? Well, we should probably check that out, team.
I kind of fucked that up. I don't know that you should have immediately known it was a saber-toothed tiger, but
no, it's okay.
It was a monster.
Are these fucks still standing here?
Yeah, that's a good question.
They have. There is actually kind of a flood of people in the hallway. As people sort of file out from the this room right here.
What?
To start sort of what's going on? What's going? Everyone that files into this hallway is a peasant woman, given by the way they're dressed, and they're just sort of chittering. What's going on? What's going on? What's happening out there? There's another roar and a cry of "Don't you hurt my tiger!"
What?
I'd like to scream back at the cook, "You look like a peasant woman!" And then run back up to the main hall.
I would like to barrel through.
With the cook sufficiently humiliated, pickpocketed, and chastised, you head out into the what I'm guessing is the main thoroughfare. One second. Loading screen.
Brandon, don't forget about your miscellaneous sack.
I have a small leather pouch from the cook's pockets in my inventory.
It made jingle sound. Write that down.
We're gonna roll some dice for that one day.
Maybe they are dice.
I was hoping it was the dank moss spice or something, but no, it seems like money.
Oh, maybe. I didn't think about it, actually.
I feel like birds can't really taste stuff very good. You know, like how they can eat peppers that are super spicy and not care?
Yeah.
Just like swallow everything. No tongue.
Yeah, you kind of like devour shit. Don't give a shit.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about spices, and like I don't think I would care about spices, I guess.
You don't like meat though.
Yeah, meat.
Yeah, you can't eat meat. Can you?
Yeah, you just like rip a hunk off, you know, like birds, like a.
Oh yeah, you could be a vulture. Yeah,
yeah, like a vulture. Yeah, I would think I'm kind of vulture-y.
I don't know what kind of bird you are.
Me neither.
Okay. Glad we came to that same conclusion.
I have many bird ancestors.
And cool.
That's hilarious. My mom was an ostrich. My dad was a vulture. And my aunt was a human.
Oh, God. Who the fuck?
So, you come outside to discover a man grappling with an armored saber-toothed tiger. Just beyond the tiger is a strange sight. Two noblemen that you recognize as people you've seen in the Blue Water Inn in the evenings are trying to drag a hissing and spitting woman away from the tiger as she tries to lunge at it. She's making the noises, the same sort of noises that an agitated cat would make.
Wait. This bitch is on the tiger?
That woman is trying to attack the tiger, yes.
Woman.
This bitch is on the tiger?
This bitch is on the tiger.
That woman is trying to attack the tiger, yes.
And who
Also,
was...
could you grid that dude?
What do you mean?
Oh, he's not really on the grid. There you go. Yeah, thank you. Okay,
Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to help me?
I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
yeah, that's what I would say too. Yeah, do we know exactly what's going on here? It seems very confusing.
Help you
Away
with
my
what?
odds. Till I need to know if I'm going with the tiger or with
Oh.
you, mate.
Well, just standing around wrestling giant felines for fun.
I mean, the way you wear that bear
Don't you
head.
hurt my tiger!
Who the fuck said that? This guy?
This guy.
Okay.
Tell you what, I'll give you half.
We recognize that guy as Rictavio, clearly, right?
Yes.
Yes. And that's his tiger. That was in the cage.
Look, I got more history with that tiger than I got with you.
Good, then maybe you can convince it to step politely back into its cage.
I mean, I can try. Tiger, go away.
Roll me an animal handling check at disadvantage.
Oh.
Ah,
A nat 20.
On a 13, because it was a disadvantage.
Yeah, I know, but still, the fact that he rolled that with no modifiers.
Yes, the tiger is distracted from its ostensible prey of the young woman. As it's been trying to get away from the man grappling it, from Phantom's character to get at this young woman, and it stops and turns at you and snarls and tries to charge. Phantom, I want to go ahead and make an opposed strength check as it tries to escape your grapple.
Alright, it's athletics or acrobatics to escape.
Got it. It's going to try athletics. It doesn't have athletics, so it's just going to roll a strength, straight up and down strength check. It fails.
Alright.
The tiger is still grappled. Do y'all want me to drop us into combat, or do you want to... Is anyone else going to do anything?
well, I've got 10 foot of fucking string. What you want me to do? Wrangle this fucking tiger?
Help me with it, maybe?
Grog?
It is grappled. You could ostensibly tie it up.
With string?
Somewhat.
I have rope.
None of you have adventurous kits with rope?
I have
I'm going to
rope.
go tell my roommate so he can come yell at you.
Right.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I got rope.
Wait,
I'm not
saying my
fine up
roommate.
the
I'm going to go
fucking
tell Duelist. So yeah. Again, do I drop us into combat or Matt just texted me? Do what?
Fine, I'll cut off 10 foot of rope and wrangle up the tiger's legs.
All right. Roll me a dexterity check at advantage since the tiger's. That'll do it. You managed to get. You managed to get the rope around its legs. You tie its front legs together and then sort of get a loose loop around its back legs and sort of pull them all together, rendering the tiger unable to move. A second bit of rope is sufficient to tie its mouth shut.
I mean, I cut off 10 foot. I would have only needed fucking like max 5 foot for the feet. The other 5 feet should suffice for the mouth.
It is sufficient, and the tiger is disabled.
So, showing little interest in this, what are you? What are you, Phantom? Explain yourself to me.
Is a tall, muscular man with a chain shirt, wearing also, as you can see, the hide of a bear over his head.
So
And
human
most of
size,
his
5 to 6 foot.
Yeah. So it was 6. That's let's say 6 foot. What did I put? I actually have this on my character. Where the hell is this shit? He's 6'2".
Well, there you go. Ignoring this 6'2" humanoid man and having successfully wrangled with his help this tiger, I'm gonna approach Rictavio. Rictavio, my good man, good to see ya.
Oh, I am so glad you.
We're here.
He waves at the man in the bear costume and then waves at you and says,
In the bear costume? I'm sorry,
in
what?
I'm sorry, in the bear hide.
No.
The best part of that. The best
entirely two different things there.
The best part of that is that I could be talking about like a bear, like an animal costume, or I could be talking like about like you're wearing cargo shorts and riding a lot of bikes.
Wait, what?
I'm picking on bear.
You lost me there too. I don't work.
I thought you meant like naked, but you know, whatever.
Yep.
No, I'm trying to remember what kind of clothes Bear was wearing when he visited. No.
Gym shorts.
Okay, so you wear gym shorts and ride a lot of bikes. Let me have this. Rictavio sort of, I'm glad I found you when I did. These lunatics let my tiger go.
Who's he gesturing towards? The nobles and the woman?
Yes.
Yep.
The nobles have managed to. The two men have managed to set the woman down and are holding her kind of. She's like kneeling, and they've got her hands on her back to keep her from straightening up. She is hissing and spitting, and where her arms are free from their hands, she is swinging at anything in range, including trying to scratch the two men holding her.
Bjorn's just going to kneel down in front of the woman and say, "And what might you be, woman or beast?"
She yowls at you like an offended cat, and the man behind her says, please don't. She's not of right mind. I'm so sorry for this. We were we were doing so well, walking in the stockyard, and she saw the cat, and it just... Listen, we'll take her home. The situation seems to have been taken care of. Please, just don't mention this to anyone. Okay?
I'm gonna take a look at this. There's be, I don't know, is it investigation, insight? Like, what am I looking at here for? Like, what is this woman's issue?
Roll me insight, please.
17. There you go.
17. You spot this as a kind of madness. Something has driven this woman clearly insane. This could maybe be an act of some kind, but she seems very committed to it. Whatever it is, she seems convinced that she's a cat. And having spotted a bigger cat, she is challenging it to her, what she believes is her territory, you would wager?
No, he just looks at her and goes, no beast, just a mad woman. And he pats her on the head.
She tries to bite you, and her stats are so low that I'm not even going to give her to do so.
Okay. Yes, very mad indeed. Well, get her out of here.
Thank you again for your help with this. And they, the two men, one of them sort of hauls her over his shoulder, and they carry her off the entire time. The entire way. You hear her shouting in the streets, even long after they've disappeared around the corner.
Insanity. Huh. Seems pretty common in these parts. Well, I'm not going to be able to drag this thing over there myself. You, big one, come, help me. He's pointing over at the Goliath.
Who, what?
Grog, he got pointed at and he said, come help me.
But why? I don't know you.
Yes, but apparently you all know this animal, as well as the man who owns it. It needs to be taken back to its cage.
Okay.
Octavia, we can help for a modest fee. Our animal handling services started an easy 35 gold.
I've already settled the price, and I said you could have half if you helped.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Sure, of course. Whatever you need. Can
I ask him if he knows who that crazy cat lady was?
Not the faintest idea. I was standing there outside of my cart, enjoying a nice morning, or rather afternoon, I suppose, meal, and just trying to settle into the day. And these two noblemen started approaching the cart and taunting the cat and playing with it, and then their sister or their daughter or someone approached, saw the cat. When she approached, she was in this sort of hood or cloak or something. She ripped it off, raised both arms, and attacked the door, tore the lock off.
She tore the lock off.
I've never seen anything like it.
With her bare hands.
Yes. Fair point. I might have been changing the lock earlier to, let the cat out to use the restroom. So, suffice to say, I didn't think anyone would rouse the cat to action. All right? I made a mistake. I'm an old man. I'm allowed to make mistakes.
Tuh.
At
Fine.
any rate, she tore the door open. She challenged this cat, and then the brothers took off running with her, and the cat gave chase. And then I found this gentleman to help me. And now here we are.
Well, let us bring this thing back to its cage.
Yes.
You mean the cage that doesn't have a lock?
Well, the cage has a lock. I'll get another lock on it. Just get him back to the cage, please.
All right, let's go. Grog, was it?
Yeah. Me, Grog.
All right. There is obviously a lot of attention lavished upon you as you carry a trussed up saber-toothed tiger back to the stockyard.
I look at the rest of the people and they say, "What? It's like you've never seen a bear carrying a cat before."
I mean, I'm more interested in the rate you agreed upon. Half, you said.
Yes, half.
As
What
in-
was it? He looks over to the guy that owns the cat. He says, "How much was it that you said before in panic as you were trying to get your hands from mauling that innocent civilian?"
100 gold?
Oh, I think it was a bit more than that. You were rather panicked, weren't you?
150 gold?
Yes, that sounds about right. Half of 150. How does that sound?
half of 150 split between the rest of us.
Well, I am new in this place, and I am looking for people to travel the countryside with. I do not know you, but you have a strong presence about all of you. Especially you, pointing over the Grog, and you, pointing to the bird person. I've never seen a werehawk before. Interesting.
I'm gonna look around who?
Maybe not a hawk then. A pheasant?
I'm gonna bird imitate the laugh back at him with the same voice.
And he's got quite a set of lungs on him too. Interesting. Well, I will be fine with taking, a fifth of the treasure if you allow me to go with the rest of you on an adventure of sorts. I can tell by your make that interesting things will happen around you.
You two are trapped in Barovia. How'd you get in?
Ah, that is a story perhaps for another time. First, let's get our gold.
Rictavio, while you're talking, has been working on getting the tiger situated in the cage and freed from its bindings. The creature seems to have been subdued by its trip with the two very strong folks carrying it, and so it does not fight back when Rictavio cuts its bindings, backs out of the cage, and closes the door and locks it. He sighs and says, "All right, 150 gold, yes?"
Yes.
Here you are. Just a moment. He heads into the till, fetches 150 gold pieces, which seems a lot to be carrying. and hands it to Bjorn, and says, "He'll divvy it out. If you'll excuse me, now that the tiger has been repatriated, I will retreat to my domicile and have a nap. This has tested my constitution. I am an old man."
I hope it is a good one. Get good sleep, knowing that your beast did not kill anyone this day.
Well, I hope that stays the case for the most part. All right, good night. And he disappears inside his tent.
And Bjorn passes out all the gold to everybody.
And Bjorn passes out.
And Bjorn passes out as well, you know. Well, long day.
Bjorn passes out 30 gold to each person. Apotham doesn't get any because Apotham wasn't here.
Nice.
So, what's next, gentlemen? You're standing in the stockyard. It's mid-afternoon. You have just been called away from an investigation.
Well, Bjorn, you are a stranger to us in a strange land. Clearly, you must not be from Barovia?
No, not from here. I come from a place long ways away from here. I haven't seen it for many years. But where I'm from, it's not as important as where we are going. Where is that, perhaps?
Well, mate, where we are going is back to the Burgomaster's manse to investigate the maid. Care to join?
Going to royalty's house and investigating the people that handle their food? What could possibly go wrong?
No, don't worry. We already fucked with him. We're going to take care, or we're going to fuck with the person that fucks with his undergarments.
You are a strange man. He pats you on the back. Lead the way. Let us see this Burgomaster.
Burger. This way, please.
Walk this way, please. So you're headed back to the Burgomaster's place?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, hi, Saber.
No, we just put her in the fucking cage.
You're right.
No. No, I would not let you put Saber in a cage. Would I?
Unless she's going to the vet.
Ow, she just bit me.
Damn, fucking bitch. Jeez.
Yeah, that's the way of cats, man. You'll learn.
Yeah. Jam your finger in the bottom of their mouth till they stop biting you.
I've never tried that.
That's what I've done with every creature ever, and it works pretty good because they hate that.
Oh yeah. So the dogs do too. The dogs like you'll grab like dogs that you want to stop licking. People will be like they'll grab their tongues as they lick, and that stops them from licking pretty fast too.
Dracula don't suck. Dracula
Yeah,
scrape,
scrape
and lick.
lick, scrape, yeah, and lick. Oh man.
Strahd don't suck. That wasn't as funny as I made it out to be. Fuck.
I was drinking water, you bastard.
Well, Bjorn, I believe you said?
Yes.
Right, Bjorn, I abandoned cast, completely legitimate businessman. all along the Sword Coast. I'm sure you've heard of me. No need for introductions. This is my group of compatriots. We have Oggy, the
Y'all give me 1
paladin
second,
for
I'll be right
Bahamut.
back.
Okay, bye. Okay, thanks, bye. We've got Oggy, the paladin for Bahamut, spreading his message, his good word, all along this cursed land. We've got Grog, strongman, resident door kicker. You'll come to love him. And
I
Q.
already do.
And I
Yes.
just love Q because Q.
What is you, Koo?
I'm a bird person.
A bird person. I've seen strange things in a lot of places, but the combination of a person and a bird I have not seen. Until now.
And I know magic. Caca!
A person that could fly and cast spells. Now that is someone I want on my good side.
Old bird bones. Not the best at flying anymore.
Ah, I see.
And perhaps a bit about yourself. Certainly Bjorn from a far off land. You've not been there in a long time, but what else can you tell us about Bjorn? What makes Bjorn tick?
Aye. Well, I am much like yourself, a person that has traveled all around the Sword Coasts. It is a place that I am from, though I was in the profession of relieving people of their unwanted goods. Or at least they insisted that they didn't want them once we came to them. But no more. I was young when I did such things. I have not seen the sea in a very long time. Now I travel places like this one. Last place I was at was a desert. Ugh, it was terrible. Dark, cold. You wouldn't think the desert would be cold, but it was cold all the time. Then I came across, what do they call themselves? Gistani. Yes, that's it. And they were nice, and they gave me passage through the place. And then I ended up here. This place seems similar to the last. Not in appearance, just in the overwhelming oppression and dread.
A man in the repossession industry. Yes, certainly our paths have crossed before, not maybe yours and mine, but mine and your peers. I feel like maybe there's a good bit of coin to be made between you and I, Bjorn.
This is fine. I am not so enamored with coin as I was when I was younger. But it's still a good way to getting yourself a place to sleep and something to eat and drink too.
Fantastic. I'll handle the coin. You need only worry about the actual hustle of the whole bit.
That sounds agreeable. He reaches out his hand.
And I take his wrist in that old-fashioned checking for knives medieval handshake gesture.
Yes. And he does. He grabs yours and shakes it. He says, "Haha, a smart man. Now, this is something you don't come across on the road too often."
So, Bjorn, what do you know about murder mysteries?
I know about murder. Mysteries, not so familiar.
We're in the middle of one.
Well, if there is a culprit, let us hope we find them, what is the saying that they use? Red-handed. Yes, that is it.
Look, can I investigate the leather pouch I stole from the fucking cook?
Yes, it has 10 gold pieces in it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You stole his paycheck. I hope you're happy.
Very much so.
First you fucked him, and then you fucked him.
Yeah, how many children does he have? I'm just messing with you.
I just imagine Ches's eyes getting all wide at that point.
Motherfucker.
It's like, how many children does he have? Any firstborns that isn't mind departing with?
Just to try to make us feel worse is what I was thinking for stealing his paycheck. But yeah, let's try to find that lady. Well, was she the maid or was she the lady waiting?
We're looking for the butler and the lady in waiting, Luna. But we're actually looking for the other maid who got the letter from the abbot. Particularly.
Is there another staircase, or is that the staircase?
There's a staircase in the cook's room.
There's a staircase in the kitchen. There is a staircase.
You got out. What?
There's a staircase in the kitchen. There's a staircase in the parlor. Just a tick.
Where's the parlor?
We can all have dynamic lighting back whenever you're ready. I know that takes a fucking minute to set up, but
yeah, I'm gonna have to set that up next game.
Yeah, they. I remember the last time that you guys were playing. It figured out that they switched all of it. It's all been changed. Dynamic lighting has.
well, we're not going to take that staircase there in the parlor. Instead, we're going to burst back through the door of the kitchen.
God
What's the cook doing right now?
Still whittling away at this brisket. God damn it! I thought I was rid of you.
You're never rid of us, mate.
I will call Izik.
No need to call that fucking cunt. We're just on our way up to the top floor. I'm sorry, you said what's her name would be on a top floor?
What did I say her name was? Shit.
You didn't.
Kyla.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Kyla.
Yeah, we're on the way to the top floor to find Kyla Ren. Thank you.
Kylo Ren, yes! Yes!
We successfully turned both of his NPC names into memes. The first one we called Ballsack, and then we called it Kylo Ren.
I sat here and didn't do any prep for this session. I sat here and put no work into this, and you were wasting my effort.
Oh my god!
I could tell improv when I hear it. It sounds like Ballsack and Kylo Ren.
Fuck you.
Onwards, gentlemen. Ren awaits.
You go upstairs and you're immediately killed by a lightsaber wielding. Better written than people give him credit for. Also, hot as people seem to find him.
Wasn't that the
not a
Darth?
real Jedi.
That's the Darth weenie guy that gets all emotional and angry, isn't it?
Yep.
I hated that guy.
He's better in the second movie with the anger. Like it seemed more genuine and less like a tantrum.
Who
He's
gets
just-
emotional?
He's no good in groups. He's always been solo.
Oh shit!
Don't encourage him, Phantom. What the fuck?
God damn it, that's good. An entire generation cries. Fucking goddamn it.
I don't cry. Those movies were fucking terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're talking about the first movie when everyone was like, no, what is this?
I thought it was fine, but anyway, this is not the time for that conversation.
Yep. Talking about Star Wars doing Dungeons and Dragons?
Don't
What
cross
is
the nerd
this?
streams.
Where do
Alright,
you
Karsk.
find this space of wizardry?
All right, Karsk, start jiggling doorknobs.
Well, I mean, we come up into this hallway. What do we see?
There's a door here, and a door here, and a door here. Jiggle them.
How many
I mean,
doors
okay.
total are there?
There is. This is a beautifully appointed gallery that continues toward the west, running almost the length of the mansion. Framed landscape paintings line the walls, and red silk drapes cover a 10-foot-tall arched window of leaded glass.
That's like a Strahd West, right?
Yes.
All right. So Grog's gonna roll a d6, and whatever number that is, that's what door he's kicking down.
What about this way?
Yo, I support that plan. No, Bjorn, you get your ass back here, and you wait for fucking Grog to roll that dice.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, someone count to 5 with the doors.
This one.
That's 5.
Left or right?
The right
The
one.
that's pinged. Yeah.
All right, Grog's kicking it in.
Roll me a strength check. That is not going to do it. The door does not budge. It is firmly locked.
All right, Grog's gonna headbutt it.
I'll assist by opening the door. Like jostling the handle to open it.
Are you like timing it with the headbutt so he like goes in there?
Yes.
So say again.
I'm timing his headbutt with trying to jostle, like turn the doorknob to open the door so it looks like he headbutts it open.
The door is locked. Are you going to actually headbutt the door?
Yeah, sounds like he's actually headbutting the door.
Oh yeah, Grog's definitely headbutting the door.
Okay. Yeah, the door does not budge. It is firmly locked.
Grog's a little busy. I don't know what I can do.
No, Grog, it's all right. No, step aside, Grog. I've
Just
got
turn
it.
around.
Can I try and like thieves' tools the door open?
1 second.
Are you taking 10 for that?
You guys thought maybe we could just shout out her name or something?
Fuck that, we're committed now. So.
Yeah,
Breaking and entering.
Shout out in her name.
I think we're breaking and entering at this point.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll me a Thieves' Tools check. You pick the lock successfully, and the door swings open.
While the door swings open, can I like blow on my nails and just be like, so on a day's work, Grog?
And there's some text to read here. Dolls.
Yes.
This room is full of pretty little dolls, water white and auburn hair. Some of them dressed beautifully, some plainly. Some of the dolls fill a long bookshelf, and others are arranged in neat. Still others are piled atop a bed and a heavy wooden chest. What's most odd is that all of the dolls, apart from their clothing, look the same. They all remind you of the noblewoman you accompanied to the town, Irina Kolyana.
Like an uncanny resemblance to Irina?
The features, I mean, obviously there's going to be a whimsy, sort of a fantastical representation of the person's actual features, given that they are dolls, but the hair is the same, the skin tone is the same, and she's about the only person in Barovia that's had that hair color. That's what strikes you most, that auburn hair.
I've seen a lot of things and a lot of lands, but this is probably the most creepy.
Oh, this is nothing for Barovia so far. I'd give it a 3 or 4 on the creepy scale.
I'd like to certainly convey to Bjorn, like, the entire tale of Irina and the dolls and how they resemble her likeness.
So, that makes it even more disturbing. So you're saying whoever owns this room is fawning over a woman in town?
A woman from the next town over, strangely enough.
Oggy.
I'm getting a really big serial killer vibes from this.
Oggy, as you're standing outside in the hallway, a maid, probably the woman you're looking for, come up the stairs and begin walking down the hallway, trying not
to what?
Trying not to look at you.
Huh.
Like she's got her hand up on the side of her face.
She's just kind of looking at the floor and proceeding as though she doesn't want to talk to you.
What was the character's name?
Kyla.
Kyla Ren.
All right, so I'm gonna ask her. Hi. What's your name?
Kyla.
All right, boys, I found her.
What?
We just
please don't hurt me.
Oh no! We're not gonna.
A tall, muscular man wearing a bear skin walks around the corner and says, "Don't worry, there's nothing to be scared of."
What are you doing here? What can I help you with?
And nothing. We're just investigating. What did they call it? A murder mystery.
Well, but no, we're investigating the disappearance of your compatriots, your 2 servants, Luna and Reginald.
What do you mean investigating? Everyone knows what happened to Luna and
Well, apparently they don't. So why don't you tell me so I can tell them and then say it was my idea?
It was the Baron. He disappeared them because they were talking poorly about his plans.
Mystery solved.
They were telling everyone it wouldn't be well.
And you hear that? Mystery solved. Man, I'm pretty good at this murder mystery thing.
Does the Baron have any kind of barn in the woods, or where would you think these disappeared people would go?
She says, I don't know. I don't know that I should be talking to you. He might get me next.
We're under contract from the Burgomaster. You need not worry about his interference in our investigation.
Wait, he hired you to find where they were? What?
Yes, I swear. Look, maybe I haven't been the most honest man in the rest of my life, but right now I swear to you, the Burgomaster hired us to try and locate Reginald and Luna.
This is a trick. Why would he hire anyone? He did it.
Love, look, start out by answering a simple question for me. This room and this room that we just broke into, who might reside in this room?
How did you get in there?
It's really not important right now, is it? Look, we got 2 missing persons we're trying to locate.
That's Izik's room.
Oh, whoa, bombshell. Hold on. Brendan needs a second to process.
Wait, Vera just looks over at you and whispers, "Who's Izik?"
He's the captain of the guard guy?
Yes.
And he's the creepy doll dude?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, love. Oh, love. You're saying the captain of the guard, the man who is bequeathed with your protection and the protection of the rest of this town. He's the one that owns this room, correct?
Yes. And I don't know that he protects anyone except himself.
Perhaps he killed the maids. I mean, he's fawning over this other person that he's made dolls of.
I mean, I would imagine so, but I don't know why the Baron would have you looking for them if he didn't kill them. I don't know what sick game he's playing, or if he's trying to root out other rebellion, but I don't have anything further to say to you. I'm not going to get myself killed on account of idiots who think they're going to rise up. And she stops and claps a hand to her mouth.
So you know more about these idiots that are trying to rise up then.
Love. Certainly you've heard of us. My friend Q, Oggy, Grog, myself, we've already taken care of your March of the Undead. We've rid an entire vineyard of vampire spawn and their disgusting druid handlers. You know we're more than what's to be reckoned with out there in that land of Barovia. You can tell us.
Roll me persuasion. That'll do it. She says, Reginald and Luna they were convinced that the Baron, and she looks around and sort of looks, just gives her surroundings a once over, and she says the Baron was going to start killing people as sacrifices or something. And they planned some kind of uprising among the servants. They were going to take over the mansion and kill the burgomaster and hand control of the city over to Lady Vokta. That was their goal. I don't know where they went. I don't know what happened to them. I assumed the Baron found. I wasn't involved. I wanted nothing to do with it. I'm just here to get my job done and go back home. I've lost enough.
Miss Wren, fair enough. All right?
It's Kyla. I don't know where you're getting this Wren business.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Miss Kyla. Fair enough, right? This book that my friend has acquired, and I gesture towards Ku, I believe has the book. Yep, Ku. I gesture towards Ku. This book that my friend has acquired, this sorcerer's wizard's tome, Might your compatriot Reginald have acquired this from the lady you speak of?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
No, fair enough. Q, shut the book. Fine. We don't mean to disturb you. You've given us enough information. Go on about your business. These are not the droids you're looking for.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. You had best close that door to Izik's room before.
Love. Wish I could. But we've opened this door now.
It's your head. And she hurries past the rest of you down the hallway and around the corner and disappears.
This just keeps getting more and more compilated. Confusing. It just keeps getting more confusing. It reminds me of when Gunnar's son, was murdered. Who knew it was Gunnar all the time? All right, obscure meme. No one else got that. All right, cool. Move it up.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're gonna have to put Gunnar and Gunnar's son into lore now.
Yeah, I'm okay if that's in the lore. Yeah. So I think first thing we definitely want to relock that door and act like we never saw the terrible doll dungeon.
Why?
Well, because that's the captain of the guard, right? And if he sees somebody's been in his room, he's probably going to figure it's us and want to fight again.
I mean, we were this close to killing him like 5 minutes ago.
We might, but for now, I think it's best if he doesn't know that we know, right?
I suppose.
And maybe check some other rooms, see what else is around.
That's a for sure plan.
I also like the idea of going and talking to Lady Voctor because she probably knows the whole story.
Isn't she in the other town?
No, she's in Vallaki.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
I thought she was in the other town.
So let me get this right. So Voctor lady wants to start a rebellion to kill the Burgomaster, and this lady that we just talked to thinks that the Burgomaster killed the people that we're looking for, or trying to find their bodies or something. And Izik is the person who has the obsession with the lady and has lots of creepy dolls of her.
I mean, Bjorn, you're jumping to a lot of conclusions. Like, you're a man of my heart, right? I can admire these conclusions, but certainly we're going to need to gather more evidence before.
I'm just making sure that all of our what is the saying? Chicks are in a row.
Hey, watch it.
I am sorry. I didn't know you were related. Proceed, Chicken Man. Where shall we go next?
we say babies in a row.
Oh, okay. I don't know why you would keep babies in a row, but who am I?
Yeah, I don't know why you keep chicks in a row. Is this like more hallway? Or is this a dead end here?
Yeah, is that room?
That's what I'm trying to speculate.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You'll be able to see this entirety of.
Yeah, give me that data. Oh, I see.
It's the stairs from the other place, yes.
I think we should jiggle a few more doorknobs. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that
Grog, Bjorn,
like a fan idea. Yes.
Take point on this operation.
Sure, I can do that. Try to open this door.
On the left?
Yep.
That door is
That door is, and then you cut out.
That door is open. The door swings open. Floor-to-ceiling shelves line every wall of this windowless, and the number of books contained here is nothing short of astounding. A brass oil lamp sits atop a large desk in the center of the room. The chair behind the desk is comfortably padded and has the symbol of a roaring bear stitched into its back cushion. On either side of the desk, lounging languidly, are two large mastiff dogs who look up at Bjorn as he opens the door and then lower their massive heads down back to the floor and resume sleeping.
Oh, look.
Ah,
There's dogs in here. And a lot of books. They're well trained. They haven't torn them all up.
In my experience, dogs are only dogs are only trained to tear flesh. Books not so much.
Well, if you lock them in a room by themselves, sometimes they get nervous, and then they start to shred up the place to get out.
Well,
Or
maybe
fetch
I'll...
it. Not
maybe-
sure which. Never owned a dog.
Maybe I'll sit out their nervous tendencies. Maybe I'll not worry about them tearing up the next thing they see. Why don't you have a step inside that room and see what you can find out?
He narrows his eyes at you, puts one foot in the door, like in the room.
All right. Nothing happens.
He walks into the room.
are they good dogs?
The dogs continue dozing.
Oh, damn, they're good dogs.
I'm gonna go up one of the dogs and try to pet it.
You scritch behind one of the dogs. The creature raises its head, scritch its ears, and then once you stop it, lowers its head again with a sort of a woof.
Yeah, I'm gonna pet the dog.
The dog enjoys the pets.
Yeah, I call back like towards the hallway. Oh no, I'm being attacked by the dog. Ah, who's a good boy?
The dog rolls over on its back, exposing its massive belly.
I scratch his chest.
I would like to check out the desk. And also scratch a dog.
Okay. The desk contains 3 drawers. These drawers are stuffed with sheets of parchment, jars of ink, and writing quills. There are also books of tax records that seem to, according to the covers, date back all the way far enough that you would imagine these were watched over by the Baron's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather.
You think the dude kept records of his murders? I don't think he would.
Obviously not. It'd be a paper trail. Does any of the books stand out? You want an investigation for that?
No, give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Look, until you've been bitten by a couple of the dogs from the yard, you can't have an appreciation, mate. Until you've had your literal ass cheek nipped by a fucking mutt on the way over the fucking gate, you can't understand.
I have not had such experience with dogs. Wolves, though. Yes, wolves like to attack people sometimes when they're starving. Or when goblins release them. Though, sometimes they're just as likely to turn on their masters.
Many of the books that you find are just biographies of local figures, many of which are self-indulgent and probably elaborated upon, we'll say, embellished. There are some historical texts about Barovia. The strangest book you find is a well-kept red book with sort of gold trim around the cover, with that reads as a book of military strategies. What's interesting about this book is that it was written by Sergei Vallakovich.
I thought you were gonna say Sergei Dragunov. Holy shit!
It was written by Sergei Dragunov, whose only tactic is being a bullshit character. Fuck you.
Why you gotta be so mad, bro?
Hi, I'm Sergei, and I get throws off of jab combo. Fuck off. I'm kidding. I love Dragunov. But no, this book was a book of
what?
Military strategy.
Oh, okay.
Written by Sergei Vallakovich. There's a part here that I'm trying to emphasize to you.
I
So
mean, we know the part that you're trying to emphasize.
So it's a book about fighting strategy?
No,
Tactics?
it's a book written by Von Zarovich.
Who the fuck is that?
Strahd Von Zarovich would be the
yeah.
the lord of this land.
Yep.
Glad you remembered that. Fuck
He
that
is
nerd.
he is the land.
Must be a shit book.
It's an alright book.
So, what kind of person is this Burgermaster? These are his dogs, no?
We have a very fundamental read on this Burgermaster. This Burgermaster is fundamentally, how would you say?
Crazy?
Crazy is one way of putting it. Delusional would be another way.
It seems to be a trend in these places. Many lose their minds, if not their spirits as well.
I mean, you've got it, mate. Crack it. What does it say?
Sorry, say again?
Who found the book?
Ku found the book.
So, Ku, you
Crack.
know our foe here, Strahd Von Zarovich, is a renowned name in this land. Zarovich, Von Zarovich. Crack the book. What does it say?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll give the book a quick peruse.
The book details military strategy.
Oh, you're
man
cutting out
that-
a lot.
Yeah.
The book details the military musings of a man named Sergei Von Zarovich. Mr. Zarovich seems to have been second party to war. He writes with the distant tone of somebody who does not do the fighting himself, but rather spends most of his time involved with war in war room, moving figures around tables. He writes with a friendly, if sometimes callous, regard for the lives in which he is maneuvering to obtain his goals. He frequently describes tactics used by his father and his older brother, whom he names as King Barov and Strahd Von Zarovich. He describes tactics that were brutal but effective in not only conquering the valley, not only dispersing and eventually forcing military forces into surrender, but subsuming the civilian populations as well, totally absorbing the Barovian Valley into King Barov's control.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, I would relay all that information.
Somebody's going to watch this and be like, that's not in the book. What the fuck?
Hey, don't ruin my immersion.
Yeah, right?
It's in the book as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
I'd be curious to find out after we finish this campaign if whether that's through ending it or we just stop playing or whatever. I'd be curious to find out what you guys think is my improv and what you think is the book.
Next door.
Well, I mean, clearly we just found out what was it improv and what was the book.
Yeah.
You know that one element of this was minor.
No, man, yeah.
Yeah, we should also, it's getting pretty late.
Rather than have you check the next room, this turned out to be a really good session. I appreciate it. For something I didn't have a whole lot of planning on, y'all ran. We had a good time, and I appreciate it. I'm going to work on next time we play, making sure I have dynamic to go. So that when we sit down, it's good to go and we can resume using it that way. I may try to turn on Explorer mode or Shared Vision so that when people sit down to watch these, they don't just get to see what Jay sees. But we'll see how that goes.
All right, is anyone actually watching these?
Otherwise, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Phantom, for joining the game. Immediately fun to have you. And yeah. I don't know if Apothema is planning to run next week. I'm going to take next weekend off. That is, Friday is my birthday, and I'm going to try and relax that weekend outside of something on Sunday evening. So.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Chaz.
Thank y'all.
Sometimes.